Okay guys, so today I'm going to explain the theory behind the blues scale, and then I'm going to actually show you how to play it on the guitar. Now, the easiest way to work out a blues scale is actually to work out whatever, so let's say you want to work out an A blues scale, or like drawn on the board, a C blues scale. The easiest way to do it is to actually draw up a C minor pentatonic scale and then just change it by one note, and then you've got the blues scale. So the C minor pentatonic scale has one note different to a C blues scale, and that's just the easiest way to remember it. Okay, so this is the notes in a C major scale, and if you need to work out how to write your own C major scale or A major or G major, whatever, just go check out this other video and I explain in full detail how to do that. Once you've written out all the notes in the major scale, so if you want the C minor pentatonic scale, I suggest that you write the C major scale first and then work it out this way. Now we're working out the C minor pentatonic scale, and there's only 5 notes in it. It's very easy. So all you do first is, for the minor pentatonic, you actually take out the second degree. So we don't play D, we don't play D at all. Now for the third note, because it's a minor pentatonic scale and it has that sort of a sad feel, we actually lower the third note down a semitone, or down a fret on a guitar, or down a key on a keyboard. So the third is flattened, or it goes down one semitone, so E would go to E flat, okay? Fourth note, F, is exactly the same. The fifth note, the same again. The sixth note, we actually take that out, okay? So no sixth note from the major scale. The seventh note, we actually flatten again, one semitone, one key on a piano, or one fret on a guitar. So B, down a semitone, becomes B flat. And then, so they're the 5 notes. So now we've got a C minor pentatonic scale, and all we're going to do is add in one note. We're going to add in a flat 5, or we're going to add in a G flat, and now that is a C blues scale, okay? So all we've done is we've taken the notes from a C minor pentatonic scale. Again, watch that video. C, E flat, F, G, B flat, and C. Those are all the notes in the minor pentatonic scale, and we've added one note difference. That G flat, or that flattened 5th degree, the 5th degree G, just goes down a fret or down a semitone, and that is a C blues scale, and that's how you work out a C blues scale. So we're going to do the C blues scale, but the best thing about all these scale patterns that I show you is that once you've learnt the one pattern, you've actually learnt every blues scale that there is, and well, just in this shape of course, but you've learnt all the different blues scales. So I'll show you how to play it. So you start off with your first finger on the 8th fret of the thick E string, so that's going to be the C note, okay? And then you use your pinky on the 11th fret of the low E string, then your first finger on the 8th fret of the A string, your second finger on the 9th fret of the A string, your third finger on the 10th fret of the A string, your first finger on the 8th fret of the D string, your third finger on the 10th fret of the D string, your first finger on the 8th fret of the G string, your third finger on the 10th fret of the G string, your pinky on the 11th fret of the G string, your first finger on the 8th fret of the B string, your pinky on the 11th fret of the B string, and your first finger on the 8th fret of the high E string. So we're going from the low C, which is the 8th fret of the thick E string, to the another C, which is on the 10th fret of the D string, to another C, which is on the 8th fret of the high E string. And now I'll just show you a quick close-up of how to play the C blues scale. Here we go. Your first finger on the 8th fret, that's the C note of the thick E string. Your pinky on the 11th fret of the E string. Then down a string, your first finger on the 8th fret of the A string. Second finger on the 9th fret, right next to it, of the A string. Then right next to that, your third finger on the 10th fret of the A string. Your first finger on the 8th fret of the D string, your third finger on the 10th fret of the D string, your first finger on the 8th fret of the G string, your third finger on the 10th fret of the G string, right next to it your pinky on the 11th fret of the G string, your first finger on the 8th fret of the B string, your pinky on the 11th fret of the B string, and then back to the beginning, your first finger on the 8th fret of the thin E string. Best thing about learning all these different scale pattern shapes is that once you've learnt that one pattern and shape, that you can play any blues scale. So the first note dictates what blues scale it's going to be. So we started on a C, so it's going to be a C blues scale. If we start on the 5th fret here, it's going to be an A blues scale. If we start on the 7th fret here, it's going to be a B blues scale. So C blues, then starting on a B, B blues, then A starting on an A, and so on and so forth. Not too sure why, but I have some crazy obsession with Mayo related products. Don't really know where it comes from in my childhood, but there you go. Now it can be a little bit limiting learning one scale in one particular area, but the best thing is once you've practiced and you know that sound, you can start learning it everywhere else, and I'll have more videos showing different positions and how and when to use these scales. But it's just a good idea just to get a grasp on the scale to begin with, learn the pattern and learn how you construct it and what the notes are, and then move on. It's good to get some sort of a grasp and then before looking at other things. That's it guys, well done, you've learnt the C blues scale, okay? So more scales coming up on the next few videos, and then at the end there'll be more videos on how you actually use these scales, and then eventually in different positions and everything like that. But learn how to create the scales with the theory, learn what the notes are, and then start playing and just memorizing those different shapes and everything. Alright, I'll catch you guys later, see ya.